This is Brett Jolly, and usually I have my co-host, Tony Trower. She's usually here with me, but she couldn't make it for this thing here. I want everybody to say hi to Tony.
Hey,
there you
Tony.
go. Hey, thank you very much. We are here today for people like us, where we hope to bring people closer together, people from throughout the world, to learn more about the people around us that we associate with every day. Our main objective is, of course, to change the world, one voice at a time. All right, so with that being said, we want you guys to, you can't do it. Give a hand for Angie Manley.
Thank you.
A great lady. Listen, you have no idea. I have a story about her, but she doesn't want me to tell, but I'm going to tell it before this thing is over. All right, so she knows what I'm getting ready to say, And also, too, you can't see him right now, but a guy that I grew up with, a great friend throughout the years, Jeff Manley. You can say hi, Jeff.
Hello.
All right, there you go. All right, we can do that. Okay, Angie, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You're looking great as always.
Thank you.
So let me ask you this. Can you tell people a little bit about yourself and what it is that you do?
Okay, so I'm a medical assistant. I've been doing this job for 30 plus years, cardiology, internal medicine. So I've seen some things, heard some stories. Patients are very interesting. Very, very interesting. But you learn a lot just from listening to their backgrounds, family history. It's a lot.
Well, have you come across anybody who's kind of, whose patients actually, who actually stretch your patience?
Not really. It's a lot going on right now with patients fighting depression and anxiety.
Ooh, okay.
A lot of young people.
Okay.
And I'm trying to understand what the difference is and what's going on now.
Okay.
Why young people are really fighting with it.
I'm sure. Do most of them have the same response to it? I mean, is it something to do with home? Is that what it is?
It's home. I think the environment. They said a lot of it is social media. Everybody's
Really?
trying to keep up with the Joneses.
That's very important.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are you taking from, or what are they getting from the social media that's actually making this
I
way?
think people are under the assumption that everybody has a perfect life. And on Facebook, it looks perfect.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's not. They're just going to show the good things, but it's a lot of bad going on.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
People like to play games.
Well, yeah, that's a tough deal.
They do.
So how does depression come in when it comes to Facebook and social media?
I think trying to keep up. I think a lot of people are struggling with trying to keep up and, seeing what's going on out in the world. And it's a lot. It's a lot of pressure, I think. Family trying to succeed,
Okay.
I think it's pressure.
Is there a medical solution to that?
That's what I think everybody's trying to decide. If it's medical, if it's sociological, or it's hard. It's
Wow.
really hard. But it's really sad, being a mom. You just want to hug everybody and just say it's going to be okay, but they're really struggling.
Wow.
And I'm just trying to tell them there's help out there for you, and don't feel like you're alone.
Well, that's important, and that's why I'm glad you're able to say that to the people here. For those people who are young and probably going through some adversity, what do you think would be something that they should do to help alleviate their circumstances?
Talk. You have to talk it out. You can't hold it in.
Okay.
No matter what, even the smallest thing, you have to talk about it and find that one person that you can trust. And that's another thing. I think trust is a big issue out here.
Well, yeah.
Trust is a big issue.
And it's interesting you say it because when it comes to social media, I've seen stuff on social media like Tupac the other day had a new song out. Talking about the people who killed him.
Yeah,
he came back. Yeah. He came back. So how can you trust something like that? And can you trust anything on social media?
Exactly.
Okay.
Especially with AI, they can do anything.
They can do anything.
It's really frightening.
It make you say anything.
Exactly. And then you have to listen to yourself. There's always going to be that voice.
Okay.
There's always going to be signs and symptoms, but you got to talk it out and don't feel like you're alone.
Wow. That's incredible. I have some questions from Tony.
Okay.
And it should be interesting. Okay, first off, one question is, how old should a woman be to get her first mammogram?
They recommend 36 to 40.
Really?
36
Why?
to 40.
Is that
Because I think it's because that's when your body is starting to change, and sometimes they'll recommend earlier if you have a family history.
wow, okay.
Self-examinations are very important. If you feel something doesn't feel like it's
You
right,
should be there?
you gotta call your doctor. And don't feel like your body. A lot of the patients will say, "Well, I thought it would go away. I didn't want to bother anybody," but you can't do
Right,
that.
right.
Your body is giving you signs for a reason.
Yeah, okay, that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so those of you who may be struggling with that issue, hopefully you pay attention to it. This lady knows, and like I said, it's important. Matter of fact, maybe you can tell them, why is it so important for them to know somebody in your line of work? What benefits does it have if they know somebody like that?
Because you have somebody that you can easily access. People talk to me like they think I'm a doctor. I guess because I've been in cardiology for 30 years, internal medicine for 2 years now, and learning what I'm learning now, it's a whole different ball game.
Oh, I can understand.
It's a whole different ball game. I mean, learning about diabetes, high blood pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of women now want these medications that will, cause them to lose a little bit of weight.
Oh yeah, what's up with that? Is that healthy?
It's crazy. It's still out there. It's still new, but it's working. But most of them are really diabetic medications.
Okay.
And this is something that they're just learning. People are losing weight from it. But it's just something that they found out kind of by accident.
So, okay, and are there any after effects or side effects from that? Or?
I haven't heard anything, but that they don't talk to me like they talk to the doctor.
Okay, gotcha.
But for right now, I haven't heard anything.
Okay, all right. That
That
might be a good thing.
So I don't know. We'll see. But you always consult with your doctor before you do anything. It's a lot of aftermarket things, and people got to be careful.
I got you. So let me ask you this then.
Mm-hmm.
People have been getting, I'm gonna say women, mostly, enhancement.
Okay.
Is there a danger to that?
There's a danger to any kind of procedure. I wouldn't have anything done unless it was absolutely necessary.
Okay.
And it's a lot of vanity involved in that, and I've never been a vain person.
Have you ever known of anybody who suffered from that? I mean, suffered like in a negative way, like.
I've heard stories, but nobody in particular.
Okay, good enough. Okay, good enough. That's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I often wondered about that. I mean, not that I'm not planning anything. I can tell you that.
People have to be comfortable in their own skin. Don't do something just because you feel like you need to do it or to please somebody else. You have to be comfortable in your own skin.
Well, and I agree with that because it seems like it should be. I can tell you that I feel comfortable the way I am.
Mm-hmm.
But even at some point I needed help too. And one of the things, like I said, maybe I can say it right now. One thing about this lady here, I'm gonna tell you the story. I was in Lankenau Hospital. My brother took me to Lankenau Hospital, and she was working there at the time. And what happened was I had double vision. I was also disoriented, and all kinds of things were going on. The people at her place, they told me I was probably maybe just a little messed up. Maybe I should go home.
But you called me when you got there, and
Yes,
I'm glad
right.
you did.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And she told me, she said, "No, you don't go home." And I was like, "Okay." Well, she's telling me not to go home.
You kept saying, "I have a gig," and I said, "No, you gotta stay."
And it was a good thing that I listened to her, because at that moment in the hospital, I went into full stroke mode. It was for those of you who never had a stroke before, it's one of the scariest things you can ever encounter. And I think the one thing I remember most was when I had my kids came to visit me, and they were crying. I couldn't figure out why they were crying. I was told that I might have to learn how to walk all over again, play the bass guitar all over again, everything else like that. But anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is that when I was there, this lady's advice was the only advice I needed to listen to. All right.
You were on your way out. You said, "I have this gig to do," and I was there for a reason.
You were there for a reason, and it's such a beautiful reason. I owe this lady my life, and the thing about it is, she's been great. Her whole family's been great to me, and we're not going to get into all of that. But what I'm just going to tell you is that it's always good to know somebody like this, and it's my blessing to be able to know her. So I want to thank you so much.
Thank you.
No problem at all. No problem at all. And I got some more questions.
Okay.
From Tony. So, what symptoms should a woman look for when she may be menopausal and looking for a doctor to help her out with?
Wow. So a lot of women will get severe hot flashes. It's like you're getting turned on and not in a good way. It's like somebody comes up behind you and turns the oven to 500. So you'll get that. You may get tired.
Mm-hmm.
You may feel more thirsty.
Really?
Bloating. You
Okay.
gain weight a little bit. So that's kind of how, of course your cycles are going to be off.
Wow.
So there's a lot of women that will have those late-term pregnancies, like, because their body is telling you that you're going through the change and you think that it's done, and then next thing you know, here comes a baby at 40, 45, and so yeah, you got to be careful if that's something that you're not really looking forward to.
Right.
It's interesting.
So what should they do then to if they get signs of this? Is there any particular substance or something they should take?
Talk to your GYN. Absolutely.
Okay.
And keep up with those appointments once a year. That's
Okay.
very important.
Wow. Okay.
Very important.
And how long does when you're menopausal? How long does that last for?
Oh, it could take a couple of years. So
Really?
you can start at a little before 40,
Okay.
and you think that you're done, and your cycle will start back all over again, and it's really funny. But
Okay.
you just have to pay attention to what your body is telling you.
No,
And keep up with those appointments.
no, is it really funny?
No.
Okay.
There's nothing funny about it. It really isn't.
Well, I'd like to know from the from I guess what Jeff's going now. Like I said, look from the man point of view, how you would do it, but we can't ask him. So
Yeah.
no. And we probably wouldn't do that anyway. That's okay. He knew the right time to get out. All right. Is there any advice to give to a young woman to keep herself healthy in the dating scene at this time?
Oh, wow. Protection.
Okay.
You got to really get to know somebody before you're ready to take that next step. So talk
Really?
to your doctors about it, and
Mhm.
just always protect yourself.
Okay. Now, of course, the conventional methods, of course, I guess the ones I know about, of course, the condoms and stuff like that. Is there something else that's more authentic than that?
Well, condoms will protect you from diseases. Birth
Okay.
control will protect you from getting pregnant.
Oh, okay.
So just because a woman is on a birth control pill, say the pill, you always want to use a condom until you really get to know the person.
Wow.
Because you don't know how many people that they have been with or still may be with.
Right. I
So,
understand.
the back and forth, you got to be careful. There's some diseases that you'll get and you will have for the rest of your life.
Well, I can only
And a
imagine.
penicillin shot is not going to fix it.
No, I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing at
But,
all.
I mean, it's the truth.
Wow. So
And a lot of, I
Mhm.
shouldn't say, but you gotta, it's a spiritual thing,
Okay.
to a lot of women. Some women, well, some will just go out there and meet somebody and just right away get physical.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
But to me, you gotta protect yourself and just hold on to that. I mean, it's like a gift to me.
Right.
It's like you can't just be out here and loose and having fun. But if that's what you're into, then so be it. But just be careful.
Because you could pay for it in the way you may not want to deal with.
Exactly.
What are some of the worst case scenarios that you can think of that you've had to deal with?
Oh wow, there's so many. The diseases, the symptoms, the breakouts that people get. I mean, it could be really nasty.
Wow.
It can be really nasty.
Man, that's incredible. What about the people who need to get things done, procedures done, or whatever, and I think they have to have insurance? How does that work?
If you have insurance, a lot of procedures have to be to get a prior authorization. So you have to pretty much get permission from your insurance company.
Okay.
They'll pay half of it sometimes they'll pay all of it. And if you don't have insurance, they'll work with you, set up payments for you.
Gotcha. Okay.
And don't just not go to the doctor because you don't have insurance. They're always willing to work with you.
Gotcha.
There's always things that can be done.
So you hear that, right? You know, if you don't feel right, even though you may not be properly insured.
Exactly. Please go to the doctor.
Yeah.
And it's cheaper to go to your doctor than urgent care because they'll pretty much they'll bill you for the entire thing most of the time.
Yeah. Well, I went to an urgent care thing when I had sciatica. I don't.
Oh, that's painful. Oh, that's painful.
I never
get that
had
from time to time.
Yeah, I had never had that before, and when I went into urgent care. One thing I will say that the guy did, he took my leg and bent it back, and he said, "Well, I'm going to put it back in place." I'm like, "You are?" And he did. I was like,
they'll give you exercises and manipulations and stretches and things.
He was good. I told him, I said, you know, if this works, I said, I swear I will vote for you in the election. I will do that. I think I wrote his name in. I think
Did you?
Yeah,
Okay.
he got one vote at least.
Okay.
He got one vote. No, but you know, when it comes to stuff like that, there are a lot of things health-wise that that I know that can affect you. To live a good life, what would you suggest? What are some of the things that they can do in terms of what they eat, what they drink, what they should do?
So, my doctor recommends Mediterranean type diet.
What's that?
Plant-based, so you're leaning more proteins, more vegetables, less carbs.
Okay.
So that will help you with your cholesterol, can help with diabetes, cut back on sugar, of course.
Okay.
A lot of people don't realize that carbs are just as bad because they break down into sugars.
Okay, gotcha.
So more lean meats like chicken and turkey and fish and things like that.
Really?
More olive oil.
Olive
Things
oil?
like that.
No, I don't think I've ever done olive oil.
Add nuts to your diet. Nuts are very important.
What kind of nuts?
Nuts, it's like a form of protein. So cashews, peanuts, walnuts, any kind of nuts. Seeds are important.
Okay, I heard that peanuts were not really that great for you, but I guess that's not true then. See, and that's
you got to incorporate all of this stuff into your diet.
Okay.
And stop when you're full. I mean, just because something is in front of you, you don't have to eat the whole thing.
You don't have to eat the whole thing, yeah.
Just stop when you're full.
Believe it or not, I'm learning that right now because the other day I had a big breakfast in front of me, and I was like, I really don't feel like eating this. I said, so should I just finish it because I'm paying for this?
Yeah.
And I had to wrestle with that one.
Well, if you struggle with that, get your takeout container when you get your food.
Okay,
Put
take it home.
half of it away.
Okay.
And then just eat what's on your plate. When it's in front of you, you feel like you have to eat it, but you don't.
Wow. Okay.
So fruits, vegetables, add more to your diet.
And what kind of
cut back on alcohol.
Okay, gotcha.
Cut back on that, and try to steam your vegetables and not overcook them.
Okay. Is there any particular type of vegetables that are better than others?
Broccoli's really good.
Broccoli's okay. Give me a list of them. I don't like broccoli, but go ahead.
Broccoli's good. Green beans, of course.
Green beans. Okay, I got those. We can do that.
They say zucchini.
Okay.
Onions.
Onions.
Garlic. All that stuff is really good for you.
Okay. Wow.
Try to get a mixed vegetable, so you can get a little bit of everything.
So what? Okay, where do you get a mixed vegetable? Because I'm not sure what that is.
So you can carrots, string beans, broccoli, cauliflower. Kind of mix it all together.
Oh, well, you make it a mix. Oh, okay.
Make a mix, or you can get a frozen mix if you want.
So you put it in a blender?
Steam it. Just a little bit of water in a pot.
So put it all together.
And just steam it to where it gets
a
little bite to it, and not to where it's too soggy or overcooked. You don't want to kill your vegetables.
Okay. Wow.
And frozen is just as good as fresh.
Okay. See, I'm learning. I'm learning. This lady's saving me all over again.
I mean, you can always go to Google. Google's really source. It's a good source.
Well, you know what? See, that's one of the things, because when going online, there's a lot of things that they say on there that's supposed to be good for you.
Yeah.
But everything that they say can't be good for you. I mean, I've seen all kinds of crazy stuff. You should do this. You should do that.
Well, talk to a dietitian, a nutritionalist.
Okay.
And your primary doctor can, put you in touch with all these people.
Okay.
If you don't know what to eat, how to eat, they can always help you.
Okay. All right. That sounds like a good deal. Well, I appreciate that. And to let you guys know, this lady here, besides being, being in the health field, she's also a great model. We don't tell people's ages, so we're not going to do that. But she is really, really good. This lady doesn't age at all. I swear to you, really doesn't age at all. but you know, she is remarkable, and it's a good thing. And we're probably close to that time. I want to know if you have any words that you would like to say to people that you think they need to hear in regards to their health and what needs to happen.
Stress is a silent killer. Just try your best to keep your stress level down.
Okay. Okay.
Try to do things that you enjoy and don't wait. If there's something that you want to do, do it. Life is too short.
Wow.
You know, hold on to your faith. Don't listen to naysayers. If something you want to do, you go out and do it. Like I wrote my first book a couple of years ago.
Oh, that's right.
Now
yes.
I'm writing number 4 because I've always wanted to do it and I didn't want to wait.
Please tell your people. Please tell people about the books.
Oh wow! So the first one is Amelia and Amanda. It's about 2 sisters growing up in Philadelphia. Starting Over is a love story about a family who yearns to have a family. Let's see. The Calm Before the Storm. It's a little bit of a mystery, a little risque.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
Well,
so,
a little bit. I'm sorry. Go
and
ahead.
Starting Over is probably my favorite because you know, because I talk about. I'll give you a little hint of it. So in the beginning, it talks about slave owner who falls in love with one of his slaves. So that's how this family starts, and that's really kind of based off of my family.
Gotcha. Okay. Wow. So is that to say that this thing might be a little more closer to home in terms of your personal experience?
I think so. I think so.
Okay. Okay.
And you know, the family, they have everything that they want in this book, except for the child that they want. So,
Really?
you know, people, I don't know, I've noticed that a lot of people are just looking for things, you know, material things, and material things are not important.
Well, they shouldn't be.
Not important. I mean, people, I mean, it's okay to want money and want things, but that's not what's important in life.
I would agree.
Love, friends, family, that's what's important in life.
Well, yeah, and that is so true. Now, I think you mentioned 3. So what's the 4th book?
The 4th one, I've been writing this one for almost 2 years.
Whoa.
You know, now that I'm a grandmom, I'm just so distracted. I'm so distracted.
Yeah,
this one it's a vampire story.
Really? Now that's different. That's way different for you. Okay, what compelled you to do this?
I have a twisted imagination. I really do. I get these ideas and it's almost haunting. Like you get it and you just have to get it out. But I'm going to finish it probably within the next year.
And what's the title of this book?
This new one?
Yes.
I don't want to say it yet.
Yes, you do.
It's called They Rise.
They Rise?
They Rise.
All right, you got it.
They Rise.
Listen, they rise.
About a year.
There you go. And it took about a year for them to rise, but they're going to do this, and she's going to put the book together.
Yes, so the 3 are on Amazon, so if you're interested, I would love for you to check it out.
That's a beautiful thing.
Under my name, Angelia B. Manley.
There you go. Now you have the story, and I want you guys to again, join me in thanking Angie. This lady means so much to me, and probably to a lot of other people. I'm sure she saved a lot of other people, but it's a good thing, and I thank you for being part of people like us.
No problem. I thank you.
Listen, we do this because we want to end up changing the world, one voice at a time. All right. If you have a story that you want to the world to hear, we'd love to tell it. All right. Thank you very much. On behalf of me, Brett Jolly, Tony Trower, who's not here at this point, Angelia Manley, and her husband, who skipped town. We'll catch him down at the local saloon, I'm sure, at some point. Okay. All right. We thank you very much.
Thank you.
People like us, talk to you soon. Take care. See you next time.